My name is Big Man Tyrone. I was upgraded to Almighty Samurai Tyrone about 2 years ago back at the Otaku Festival in Romania. But this year, I've been recently upgraded again to the new president of Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, that's great. So basically for this interview, I just sort of want to go over basically what you do and how you got to where you were. So just first of all, so how would you describe what you do as a business?
If you go to my Twitter page, it explains better what I do. I consider myself, first of all, as a motivational speaker and life coach. Now, most people on YouTube don't grasp that aspect of me because I'm into these quirky videos that I do all the time. But what they don't actually realize is that I'm a world-renowned motivational speaker. I've actually published a book, titled Christian Prosperity Secrets. If you go to Amazon, you can find the book. I'm working on a second book now, and the title is You Are Far Better Than You Think. Now, that's going to be the ultimate motivational book that's going to go into people's minds and actually rejig their minds and let them know that they can achieve more than they've actually settled for at the moment. Now, apart from being a motivational speaker and life coach, I am a preacher as well. I am a Christian and a Christian pastor. So I go around churches, ministering, singing worship songs, just, generally connecting people with the deity and getting them to live better lives. Now, there's other things I do, like charity work around helping refugees settle in the country. Of course, you know that I'm a father and a husband as well. Those are my first functions. So it's like I've got my hand in too many pies, if you like.
Yeah, that's obviously very well. You do a lot more. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So directing. So what qualifications or degrees, education, so have you received to go to be where you are now or to do what you do?
Yeah. Yes. Strangely enough, all my qualifications don't stand me in good stead for what I'm doing at the moment, because I've sort of deviated from it all. But be that as it may, I have a first degree. I have a bachelor's degree in law. Because my intention was to practice law, and then after that I said, what, I'm not really interested in practicing law, too much hassle. And then I moved on to have a master's degree in broadcast and media, which I think has helped me in my presentation style, the way that how I do things on YouTube and in the media. And then after that I shifted again to do a master's degree in business. So, I've got that bachelor's degree there in law, which I've abandoned. I've got that other degree, that master's degree in broadcast media, which I've also abandoned. And then I've got this business degree, which I've also abandoned. And then I've now done a PhD in divinity.
Wow.
So I'm actually doctor.
Dr.
I've
Big
actually
Man
got the
Tyrone.
title of doctor, but I don't use it because I don't want to sound pig-headed. Yeah, but there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh wow, that's a lot of degrees. Wow.
It is.
Wow.
It is a lot.
So much studying over here. Wow. That is
yeah.
Impressive. And
thank you.
So with you starting on Fiverr and growing this business which you've created, so how did that all sort of begin?
Now, I think it was sheer happenstance. I have to tell you, Ryan, it was sheer happenstance, because one morning in my wife's kitchen, I just woke up and said, you know what? Why don't I create a YouTube channel? I had no idea, Ryan, what I was going to set up. I had no idea at all. Now, I don't always have goals for like 20 years. I've not had a cold, but that particular morning I had a very severe cold. I decided to just drink some tea, groggy voice, eyes red. But I just plugged on the microphone. I said, "Hey, this is it." I can't even remember what I called myself then, because it wasn't yet Big Man Tyrone then. I think I used my actual name, Gordon Hurd, and I said, "This is a new channel that's going to help you make your life better. It's going to give you tips on how to make money, on how to be healthy, on how to set your goals." And I just put it out there. And the initial response was kind of mixed. People liked it, others hated it. I had trolls, challenging me. Some were telling me about my color, some about my accent, and so on. But I just kept doing it. I kept doing my videos. I kept putting them up. I did them, put them up. And then one day, I found a website called Fiverr.com. And I said, hold on. Why don't I register on this website? So I registered on this website. First of all, I was buying services. I was, commissioning services on web design and so on, because I run businesses as well. I've got my own businesses. I'm into logistics. I'm into employment. I'm into web design, marketing. I've got a slew of businesses that I run as well. But I was buying services for these businesses, and I noticed that by the end of that year, I'd spent about $1,000 just purchasing services. So I said, hold on a minute, is there nothing I can do on Fiverr.com that can offset these costs? So I registered myself then as a video producer, as a video actor. Now initially I was getting gigs for $5, $10, $15, and I was happy because I said, it's just a few minutes work. But the work was hard because I started getting volumes and volumes. Now there was one day ran when I came back from the court. I just gone to renew my marriage vows with my wife, and I came back feeling very happy. And there were 385 orders waiting on the Fiverr system.
Wow.
Yes. Fiverr actually stopped my account. They actually closed it down and they said, "We'd like to have a word with you. What's going on here?" I said, "Well, it's not spamming. These are not bots. These are my friends." Now, what happened was that one of my videos ran on Reddit. It was a video where I had my purple hat that I just wore, and then I just said, "Hello, friends, and welcome to Reddit." Funny cat pictures. Wow. And that video found its way onto Reddit. And believe it or not, 500 people registered just that day, and 384 said, "We have to get this guy's videos." And the rest is history. I started getting, calls from, different TV companies, some of them in New Zealand. Japaneto, the Japanese magazine, online magazine, wrote a story about me. Then a Greek magazine picked it up. Then a Canadian magazine picked it up. And it just snowballed. And from then on, I started seeing people started calling me Tyrone. As you know, Tyrone is actually a derogatory name given to all black people that don't have names, or whose names we don't know. We just call them Tyrone if you look at the Urban Dictionary. But I said, what the heck? Tyrone sounds fine to me. So I rebranded myself and I called myself Big Man Tyrone.
Okay.
Of course, I had to be Big Man Tyrone and not just Tyrone, because we have other Tyrones on YouTube doing all sorts of things. I don't want to go there, but I just thought I'd rebrand myself differently. And then after that, I decided I would move away from the Fiverr platform slightly, because Fiverr was taking 20% of my earnings. I had to wait 2 weeks to get paid, and I just did not have control over it. So I set up my own website, set up my own platform, which I use at the moment, and which PewDiePie recommended recently, in that video which I had with him. And the rest is history. It's just, I wake up every day now and come to my office and I see this, long string of orders coming in, and, do this, do that. There are some days when the money is really, really good run, and I'm thinking, maybe I should really stick with this because it's so good.
So, talking about like how many orders you get, just your laugh is fantastic. It's one of the best laughs It's amazing.
Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you.
So how long would you spend a day just on doing each order, or like just doing all the orders and?
Right. Now, let me take an example of yesterday, for instance. Yesterday, I had about 15 orders, and that's coming from all over the world. I get orders from, so far, 105 countries.
Wow.
Because if you go to my bit link, it breaks down, sources of traffic, and it says 97 countries. It says top countries: US, UK, Canada, and 97 other countries. So that shows where the orders come from. Now, typically in a day, maybe if I had 15 orders, I would spend about 2 hours filming, and then I'd spend another 2 hours editing. Because I don't just shoot videos and upload them. I have to put them on my editing software. I use Power Director. I would put them there, cut them nicely, edit them, put on lighting, do it nicely so the video comes out properly. And I would say on average 2 to 4 hours a day.
Wow.
That's it. And when I've got promos, because I launch promos once in a while, promos bring in on average 60 to 100 videos within 2 days. Yeah, and that means I have to do marathon shoots. I would wake up early, go to the office at about 5 o'clock, and finish at about midday. So those are about 7 hour stunts. But the money is good run. And a little tip for you: you've got a nice personality. You've got this beautiful suit on.
Thank you.
I definitely, and this is not a joke, I definitely advise you to consider doing videos for a living, my friend. It's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. With that nice haircut and that nice personality that you've got going there, you can sell quite a lot of videos.
Thank you. Wow. So, thank you. And so when was like the first point you realized, wow, this is getting big, and when do you realize this just can be massive? This is what I can now do. So what was the moment, or was it all just over time? Did it happen, or when you realized this was getting somewhere?
No, I had a light bulb moment. A guy from, I think, Canada it was, set up a new game that he called Flap Obama. Now, it wasn't a very successful game because he would have set it up when Obama became president, and there was this euphoria about the first black president in America and so on, and there was a lot of euphoria. Now, he missed it now. Now, in the dying days of Obama, then he comes up with this gaming app, which he called Flap Obama, much like Flappy Bird, flapping things. And he commissioned me to be the spokesperson of that game. And the orders were quite juicy, juicy orders. I was getting orders of like $500 a day, just to do this. And I'll just sit there with a little script and wear this funny American costume with the flag and things like that, and just say, hey, Flap Obama, blah blah blah. And then it struck me that this was huge. I was a journalist before. When I was in Cameroon, I was paid £6,000 a year, and I thought I was, well off. But this trumps it all, my friend. I haven't got the hassle of a boss over me. I don't have anyone that I answer to. Most people don't realize that this is a job that can actually pay. It can actually pay, and to be honest with you, this job brings in far more money than some of my business ventures. And with no risk, no monthly outlay. All I've got is this Tascam here that is speaking my sound right now while I speak to you.
Yep.
Now there's a camera standing right in front of me. There's a Canon EOS 700 camera. I've got 2 lights here by the side. That's why it's quite bright. And then I've got paper where I print the scripts and just paste them on there. I don't have time or the money to be spending on teleprompters and all that stuff. I have a very simple studio. Anybody can do this, and it's just good. It's really good.
Wow, it's
good.
That's amazing, and
I know.
and so Was there any massive sort of obstacle with doing this, and if so, how did you get over it?
Yes, it's interesting that you asked that. One of the major obstacles I had was dealing with the language that was coming out of the whole system, out of YouTube, out of trolls, and so on. I had people that gave me videos to do with very, very obscene language, and I was disturbed. Initially, it was so vile that I had to call my wife one morning and I said, you know what, I don't think I can do this. I can't read scripts like this. And initially also I wasn't privy to the fact that some of these messages going back and forth between friends were just jokes. What I thought was these were hate speeches. These were people that hated themselves and wanted to kill each other. And somebody would tell another one, if you mess with me, I would get your nan, I would get your dad, I'll kill your cat. And I was saying, hold on a minute, this is so wicked, I can't deal with this. But over time, then I began to realize, I said, hold on a minute, these are just guys having a laugh. These are students, these are young people. They're just having a laugh, they're just messing around with their friends. And I said, hold on, I've got to embrace this. So then I became sort of what you know now as the spokesman of the internet, in the sense that nothing really mattered anymore. You want me, big man Tyrone, to say, jump in the ocean and die. I say jump in the ocean and die. You want to say drink bleach? I say drink bleach, because I know it's not, it doesn't have any dire consequences. You see, but that was the major obstacle. That was the major loop. I had to, overcome. I had a guy send over to me a video request that was on Fiverr.com, and it was the vilest video I had ever seen in my whole life. Now let me just describe it to you, and bear in mind this is really, really vile. Now, he had a sex toy, a man, a life-sized sex toy of two women, one black and one white, and they were designed in the most obscene manner. And he asked me to put my face to stand by these toys and advertise that if people want to have a lady, they can just buy these toys and just have them. And it was so disturbing. It was so disturbing. I had to write to him and I told him, please, I'm not going to do this. If you don't mind, can you retract your request? And he came back. He said, I would offer you more money. I said, no, it's not about that. It's just that I've got an ethics code here. I'm ethical in the way that I do my business. I've got children, I've got a wife, and I've got a church. And my church members would not be happy to see me, disseminating information. My wife is just stepping in now. Bear with me. My church members would not like to see me, disseminating information that might be considered obscene. And so, for that reason, could you please retract that? So that for me was it was the turning point in this. But I've come over it now. I've managed to strike a balance. Just yesterday, I sent a script back for the gentleman to take out the explicit language. And people are understanding when you tell them that. People come back and they say, okay, Tyrone, sorry, I'm going to tone down the language. So what I tell them is, if it's directly sexually explicit, I can't do it. If it's got innuendos or undertones of sexual things, I can do it, because then I don't have to account for how people interpret it. But if it's overtly sexual and if it's overtly offensive or racially abusive, I just don't do it, no matter how much it brings.
That's very important to have, just that line of way, because if you go down that path, then your image and then your family life can just go awful. So, absolutely. With this job and the marketplace, do you think there's much longevity in it, or do you think it's sort of a spur, or do you think it's going to increase over time?
I think it will increase. Video now, as you know, is become the. I'm just beckoning my wife to sit down.
That's all right.
She'll cross the camera at this point. You can edit that out. All right. Now, Now, video, Ryan, as you know, is now the number one mode of dissemination on the internet. Is the number one marketing tool on the internet. Google saw this. Google was very, very clever. As you know, Google did not own YouTube before. Now, three young guys set up YouTube. Now, because Google controls traffic, Google saw the amount of traffic that was going through the YouTube channels, and they were scared. And they called these guys on and said, hey guys, we are going to make you an offer that you can't refuse. And they paid them 1.6 billion US dollars. Wow. You're aware of how they got YouTube. So Google buys over YouTube from these guys, takes it away from them. And because Google Google knows, that video is the future of the internet. YouTube of its own is going to be bigger than Google in the near future. Because think about it, it's a search engine that does not just bring out facts, it brings out pictures, it brings out live pictures. And television, cinema has still got that fascination today. And YouTube, my friends, is the thing of the future. So what I tell young people is, if you can position yourself in any way to do videos for companies, to do advertisements for companies, if you have a gaming channel and you want to do advertisements, there are websites where you can go to and get commissions to do websites. They can pay you anything up to $1,000 a day just to do adverts like that. Wow. So there's huge potential in this area. And a lot of medical doctors cannot earn what we earn in this business. So don't take it for granted, and don't let your audience take it also for granted. Videos are the thing of the future.
That's it's very poignant. That's very powerful. And so going sort of sticking the sort of thing. So career opportunities. So do you think more and more people will eventually get on? You think more people are going to get onto the bandwagon, and do you think you will stay in this sort of area, or do you want to sort of go off to the future into different ventures?
Well, I'm growing old, as you know. We need young people like you to obviously take the mantle away from us. But seriously, Ryan, I don't see this going anywhere. It's just sort of like mobile phones. I used to buy mobile phones about 5 years ago, and I'm still trying to buy some now. And the price hasn't, the price hasn't ever gone down. Believe you me, when you go on the internet and try to bid on a phone, if you go to eBay, for instance, and try to buy a phone, you find out that the cost of phones has never gone down. It's never gone down because it's a demand-driven industry. People are demanding mobile phones every day. You may be surprised because you have a smartphone there, but there are people now somewhere around the world that are still looking to have their first mobile phone, and a Nokia 3310 could actually change their lives. So phones are not going anywhere, and videos are not going anywhere. Trust me, videos are like, they're just like a bad seed. Really, they've just come to stay. More and more people are going to come into this, but it's not going to be saturated because more and more businesses are also seeing the power of video. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about how you could use video to transform a church. People are going online to seek, truth. They are going online to seek how they can improve their lives. We've got health gurus now using the YouTube channels to funnel clients onto their websites and then onto their sales pages, and it works perfect. So I think video has come to stay, to be honest.
Yeah, I do think there's obviously it's gonna stay. It's yeah, definitely. And okay, so for more content sort of specific, more into about your videos themselves. So when you do a video, do you try and put on a character specific to the video, or do you keep the big man Tyrone persona for each one the same, or do you just be yourself with each one?
No, big man Tyrone is not a persona in these videos at all, because I describe myself, if you look at the graphics under my videos, I describe myself as a world-class video actor. Without being pig-headed, now there are few video actors on earth that have produced as many videos as I have. I've done 8,000 videos in 2 years.
Wow.
it is amazing when you look at it. I've done more YouTube intros than any other video actor anywhere in the world, and you're talking somewhere like 900 YouTube channels have got Tyrone's face on them, saying, "Hey, this is my channel." Now, what happens is that people send me a script. If you go to my jot form, order form, what you see there is that there is a space there where you give instructions on how you want Big Man Tyrone to read your script. You can say deadpan, you can say quirky, you can say funny, you can say laugh a lot, you can say don't laugh at all, And whenever people give me instructions, the most difficult part is for me to read the script and imbibe that personality that they want. And I go through 50 scripts and I read them, print them, and then I have to go through each one of them and try to imagine what they want me to do, and try to imbibe that personality, get into that personality's mind. Sometimes it becomes more difficult when it's a meme that has already gone ahead of me. If you wanted me to read a script about the Matrix, in the scene where the pill is being given to Keanu Reeves, if you take the blue pill, everything ends here. If you take the red pill, then I'll take you down the rabbit hole to show you how far it goes. Now, when you read a scene like that, you have to imbibe the character. You have to, encapsulate everything that character stands for. So Big Man Tyrone, if you like, is to put it, in a more dirty language. I'm a whore. I don't have a personality, and I'm all things to all men. If you want me to be a grandfather, I can be a grandfather. If you want me to be, a lively sports presenter, I can be that. So that's what makes Big Man Tyrone, because Big Man Tyrone goes down the road that many other presenters would not go.
Well, yeah, it's interesting they say that, because you go down, you do so many different things, but you still keep your morals, you keep your ethics.
I try to.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, it's a very hard thing to do, but you're obviously achieving at it very, very well, especially with how big everything's going.
Thank you.
And you've done a lot of 8,000 videos over 2 years. That's insane amount of videos. But do you have any sort of specific one that sort of is very, like, one of your favorites, essentially, or is it like a group of them, or any sort of, what's been your favorite sort of video?
Having done so many videos, it's hard to go into my mental repertoire to dig out what I'd consider to be my most outstanding video. But I've got some flagship videos that have come to define what I do, like my YOLO video, where somebody ordered a short video from me, and all I had to do was just say something like antique skate is something, and then I'll put my hand on my mouth and just go YOLO. And then it just went viral. Now 500,000 views on that video alone. And I've got another one where the ice bucket challenge, where I went to the back of my house. My wife was holding a towel and my daughter had this ice bucket that she poured over my head, and I was wearing a suit. Now these are memorable videos for me. I've got another one where which I mentioned before, where I just went on the Reddit platform, and I just said welcome to Reddit, and burst out laughing so loud that people began to brand it the Big Man Tyrone laugh. It's a brand now. You can, if you look on my order form, I've actually branded it, and I sell it. I sell the laugh. If you want me to laugh, it's $15 a pop, and if you don't pay well, I don't laugh well. If you pay me more, I laugh more.
Yeah.
But I had a video last week, a very short video that came to me. There's this guy who was describing his friend. I think he has a friend that's a bit chubby, and he was saying, watch out, wide load coming through. And it was so funny. I had to break down and laugh properly, before I could continue with the video.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
So I got some questions from just a bunch of different things. So I went on like social media, tried to get as many questions people wanted to know, or even just from my friends, just asking them what they want to know. And I got a few of the questions. Like I narrowed it down to a few. And the first one, or the most popular one, was actually, do you know that you are a meme? And if so, when did you realize it?
Well, I know I am, but I can't say when that started, obviously, because, you guys had to tell me that I was that I was a meme. As far as I know, I was doing videos initially to offset my, expenditure for my business costs. And then suddenly found out that it could be another stream of income. And that's what I started doing. And then you guys began to send me videos of all these things that I started doing. And I became representative of all these memes. And then I became a meme, as a matter of fact. So yes, I am a meme, but no, I don't know exactly when I started to become one.
Just since you just brought that up, so is this your only business venture at the moment, or have you got different sort of businesses at the moment you're working on?
No, I said it before. You just missed it. I said I'm into logistics. I'm into recruitment.
Okay.
I said I'm into other things I do online. I am a sort of serial entrepreneur, and this is what you call. This video is what you call is my paid hobby. This is my hobby because I wake up every morning, I brush myself, put on my suit, jump into my studio, work for like 2 hours, and then carry on with my day. This is my office. I've actually got, if you don't mind, if I just move this around for you, okay, you can see little bits and bobs there.
Yeah.
That's my office there. It's not very tidy at the moment, but you can see all these things there. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Can you see something on the wall there? Some
Fastel
vans and things like. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yep.
That's the logistics. That's the logistics side of things there.
Okay.
So it's all these things. It's all these things I do, which take up my time every day. But the video thing comes in handy because A is not difficult to do, and B it's a hobby that I really enjoy doing, and I don't have to sweat doing it. I'll just adjust this for you.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I did.
You can edit out anything that you don't find appropriate there.
I did not. That's all perfect. Honestly, this has been amazing. I did see the picture of yourself doing the whole pointing up in the corner there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, there's a picture of me there with a hat.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, yes.
I think I shall have one up there as well on the top left to motivate me through the day. Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
Absolutely.
I know you've already said this part, but one of the questions that I was asked was, is your name really Tyrone? And furthermore, are you really a big man?
No, no and no. I'm not a big man. My suits and my shirts tell me that I am a 42 regular, which as you know is a regular size. It's the most popular size on the market. So I'm a normal guy, not too tall, not too short. So in that case, I'm not physically big. I've only got a big heart. That's where the big comes from. It comes from the heart. It's the man that is big. It's not his size. But also, yes, Big Man Tyrone is not my real name. That's my screen name, of course. It's like Madonna. It's like Pinky. It's like any other thing. It's like Nicki Minaj. I don't know. So it's not my real name. So if you want to Google me as a person, as a real life person, you got to use the name that I sent to you in my email, which is Gordon Hurd. And that's the name that all my books come under. So if you go to Amazon and just type my name, then my books begin to come out. So yes, that's my true identity.
Okay. Well, that's gonna make my friend who asked that question very happy to know. And here's another question. This is I like this one, which is, in the future, do you plan on adding cooking tutorials to the list of things you'll do to make money?
Oh, hold on a second. Are you there, Mommy?
Yes.
Can you give me that hat there, please? Let me show Ryan what I plan to do. No, the other one. That one. Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, yes.
That might help you.
Yes.
That might help you.
Oh, fantastic.
I want you to send a message to Ainsley Harriott. All right. And tell him that big man Tyrone is coming to get him. All right. Yeah, tell Ainsley, tell him big man Tyrone is coming for you.
Oh,
that's all I can say to that.
Oh.
So yes, why not?
Okay.
Why not? Oh, it's got to be. Oh gosh, it's got to be like that. I think.
Oh,
It's got to stay on top.
Gotta
Yeah,
stay on top.
like that.
so
Yeah.
and another question was asked was, since you've brought up the hat, is how many hats do you have?
Not a lot. I've got 2 cream hats. One of them is actually autographed by world-renowned otaku cosplayer Mio. She's from South Korea. Yes, I met Mio at the Otaku Festival in Romania about 2-3 years ago, and she actually autographed it. So I've still got that one with me, and it's a fantastic piece of memorabilia. I would kill for it, just like OJ would kill for his own, you know. And then I've got the orange one, of course, which is very, very popular. And I'll tell you a bit of history about this orange one, Rand. Someone sent me a video request one day and said, "Can you put on a hat?" And I said, "I don't have a hat." And my wife goes, "I've got a hat." I said, "But it's a female hat." She said, "Put it on." And I put it on, this pink hat. And guess what? Now everyone says, "Can you please, Tyrone, put on the pink hat?"
Oh.
And I had a black hat also, which I gave away to one of my fans in Bucharest, you know, when I went there for that Otaku festival. I was leaving, and he was, he was very kind. He was a nice gentleman, and I said, "Okay, let me give you something," and I autographed it and just put it on his head. So, not too many hats, but enough hats to, do what I'm doing.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got a matching hat with my suit.
Oh wow! Beautiful.
Yeah. Yes. It's
absolutely beautiful. I tell you what, Ryan. Let me tell you. You are sitting on a pot of gold, my friend. Trust me. If you would just let me, coach you, you can become a global video icon. Let me tell you, and you will never have to work a day in your life again, my friend. You will just play and get paid. Seriously.
Yeah, well, that would be the dream. Because yeah,
it would be.
Because yeah, I was initially thinking, especially like preparing for this interview, I'd be like, I've got a red suit. I could maybe do something similar. I could probably do a video.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
It's definitely something that I'm thinking about doing. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. You should. You should start on Fiverr.com. Register for an account. Put yourself out there. Do different things. Maybe birthday videos. Maybe business testimonials. Different things, and just see how the people respond. The thing is, first day that you put it up, people are going to definitely order from you. That I know that for a fact, because I've been on that platform, and sometimes I've got like 43 orders in queue. So it's just how to organize yourself so you work smart and not work too hard. You've got to have a camera that has an SD card, so when you film, you just put it straight into your PC and just edit and send it. You don't want to have a camera that uses like the old tapes where you have to, convert it into digital content. No, you want a camera like a Canon. You just put the SD, film it, take it out, put it on your PC, cut it, send it to the customer. You can do 50 of them a day.
Wow, yeah. Very. Another question is that do you do many fan events? Or do you go, because you said you went to the Taco Festival and etc. Do you travel a lot to do events, or is it just what interests you go to and then you meet your fans just who are there as coincidentally? Or
Well, first of all, Tyrone is very expensive. You can't move me around easily. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you a few thousand. But the otaku people paid for it. Everything was paid. My flight was paid. 5-star hotel paid. Everything was paid. All expenses covered. So I didn't have a problem there. And then I had a holiday. 7 days away from my office and so on, away from my nagging wife. So it was something. It was a relief. It was a breath of fresh air. She's laughing, by the way. So, I do fun events, but I don't like to do them often because of the time it takes. It's just too much time to travel to these events, and I try to keep it as simple as possible. I rather do the videos and just send them off. But yes, not to say no. Never say never. If there's a fun event where people want to see me or talk with me or do stuff with me, I'm quite happy to come out. I've been planning to go to Manchester and London to talk to Kyrgyzstanis. As the new president of Kyrgyzstan, I have to talk to my subjects. So I'm planning a kind of meet the president where people will just come out with their Kyrgyzstani t-shirts and hats and hail, the new president of Kyrgyzstan. Big
Oh, if only I lived in the UK, I'd be there. I'd be holding up a massive sign.
No problem. I can come to where you are.
Oh.
Are you in Canada or are you in the USA?
I'm in Australia, actually.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
very,
beautiful.
very, very far away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Very, very far, very, very hot all the time, and everything wants to kill you. So.
Oh, but it's good. It's good for the suntan too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Going down to the beach. Yeah, it's good. But another question. So you've talked a lot during this interview about like what you should do, or like what, even for me, like you should do this and etc. But for advice for students who are studying film or just trying to figure out what they want to do in life, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them that the world as it stands today offers everyone the same opportunity, that the playing field is level, that nobody has an edge over another. Now, in the past, before you could set up any business, you had to go to a bank, apply for a loan, you had to have a credit history, or mom and dad had to mortgage their house so you could get a loan to set up a business. Now, all of that is gone. It's gone. Now, if you want to set up a small business today, all you need to do is you need a few bob to register a domain name. I think it's about $7. You can get a domain name for about $7. You can get someone on Fiverr.com to whip up a WordPress website to do whatever you want to do. You can go to YouTube, set up a free account. Everything is free nowadays, my friend. Everything is free. Now, there's no excuse for somebody to go around saying that there's no job or that they don't have money. Now, that's just a lazy excuse. You can do so many things online. I've got so many things that I want to still do that I haven't done. Recently, you saw me, I just launched the Kyrgyzstan t-shirts, and that's bringing in money. What stops you, Ryan? What stops you and your friends from setting up, from going to teacheap.com or teespring.com? It's a free platform. You don't spend any money. You just go there and upload, a design for the t-shirt, put it on Facebook, and sell it to your friends or sell it to people around the world. Because I don't believe in selling to close friends and family. I believe in putting things out there to the whole universe. And you can sell t-shirts online. You can do videos online. You can do there's quite a slew of things. Can you take that sheet off the wall there for me, please, where it says Udemy things there? Let me just add to this. You can edit this, right?
Oh, that's right.
Edit this out.
It's all fine.
Just pluck it off the wall, please. Just take the clip off the wall. Yeah. Okay. There's a list of things I want to do here, which also young people can do. Thanks a lot for that. Thank you very much. Now it says how to make $2,000 per week giving away free websites. Did you know, Rand, you could just give free websites off to companies and make up to 1,000, 2,000 pounds.
I did not know that.
How to publish your own book. Yeah, how to publish your own book with under $100.
Wow.
How to set up your own publishing business. How to set up recruitment business. And it goes down and down. How to build any business using Fiverr.com. Now, did you know you can actually go to Fiverr.com and get a string of designers, web designers, and then set up your own business as a web designer, where you only get the business from companies and hand it over to these guys to do for cheap. I do it all the time. It's called flipping. Businesses come to me to do websites. I charge £700, so it's about $1,000, and I turn it over to Fiverr, and I pay the guy from Pakistan $300. $300 is a fair price because he is charging me $300. I pay him what he charges, and I make profit without actually doing the work.
Wow, that's
yeah. So there's a lot, how to create your own info product, how to create and market your own info product. There's a site called Udemy.com, UDEMY, Udemy.com. It's an international university, online university. Now, I know a chap there from India that has set up a simple course on how to use a spreadsheet. How to use a spreadsheet, right? As simple as that. He's got, wait for this, he's got 44,000 students paying him $15 a piece.
Wow. Now,
this guy, he doesn't have an internationally recognized accent like yours, He speaks English, it's his third language, but he's managed to get the confidence to set up something and put on Udemy.com. He never has to work any day in his life again. You see, there are so many things you can do. You can do eBay drop shipping. You can do Amazon, fulfillment. You can do. You can set up your own micro jobs business where, people register to sell and people come to buy. Much like Fiverr.com. Yeah, you have templates online, you have scripts online that are ready-made. You can just buy them and put on a domain, and you're good to go. So, lots of things people can do. I'm actually planning to start a small business series on the channel as a way of giving back to the channel what you guys have given to me, just so I can empower people and encourage them to do better than our generation.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing. I think a lot of people would definitely appreciate just having just that knowledge of, especially you, who's done so much with so many different sort of ventures, just being able to give what you know back to the people.
Absolutely.
And so you said you're writing. Oh, my light just went out in front of me. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well,
let me just try and.
It still works.
Well, I hope it doesn't. It's a little box light here. It's quite good.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it ran out of battery. Yeah, it's got a little red light. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's a very good.
You want to? Well, I can still see you clearly.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. It's just
you might be able to get away with it.
Oh yeah, it's just the light just sort of helps a little bit.
Right.
Right. Anyway, so you're saying you're writing a book, or you've written a book?
Yes. I have a book called. It's titled Christian Prosperity Secrets. Can I have that book there also? My wife is my studio secretary today. It might cost me around. Now there's a copy of my book there. Okay, Christian Prosperity Secrets, which teaches people how to make money practically. Without stealing, how to make money the right way, how to make money without scamming people. At the back there, I've got, it's a nice house. There's money. There's a lady praying there. There's a guy there who is as fit as myself.
Of course.
I'm just kidding. I'm not too fit. I've got a new book coming up. It's also titled You Are Far Better Than You Think. And that, I think, is going to be my best book yet, because I pull out everything I know to let people know that they are imbued with qualities, that they are created with abilities that stands them in good stead to do anything that they want to do. Anything that has ever been set up, by man has been conceived. And there's no venture on earth, no matter how big, that has been conceived, that has not been achieved. Skyscrapers have been built. Airplanes have been set up. We've had trains built. We've had mobile phones constructed. It's possible. Everything is possible. And the only difference between people doing these things and people using them is that the people that produce them looked at themselves in the mirror and they said, you know what, I can do something different. I can do something, that can change the world. I can have confidence in my own abilities. Look at me standing here. Big Man Tyrone is not better than any other person out there. I'm an ordinary guy. Came from Cameroon, live in the UK. English is my second language. It's not even my first. My first language is actually French.
Yes.
But I've mustered the confidence to come onto YouTube and stand in front of 500 million other YouTubers and put out my own channel there. And I'm not doing badly, my friends. So what I'm telling people is, forget all the complex, forget all the inferiority complex, leave the low self-esteem back in your mom's basement. Come out, set up something. If you want to set up another YouTube channel, get yourself ready, put that camera in front of you, put that microphone there, speak, and put it out there, and you'll see what the universe will do for you.
Wow, that's powerful. Definitely, especially having all that in that book, I honestly hope, I think you'll do very well with that book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Talking, you brought up that you're a man of faith and that you're a preacher as well, I believe. Was that you said?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
so, with your videos, how? Because I went to a Lutheran school through my education, and how do you tie in to your religion into your business, or do you just try and keep them separate, or do you sort of find different ways of how they can almost amplify each other? Oh,
it's separate.
Yep, separate.
It's separate. It's like church and state.
Yep.
it's separate, because you cannot do religion in your business. You can't do business in your religion. Be that as it may, there are certain biblical precepts and certain religious ethics that are transferred onto my business. The first of these concepts, Brian, the very first concept is, first, you must, and this is a principle that I got from a guy, the guy that wrote the famous book, what's that book again? The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles. He said, always give back to people more value than you take from them in monetary value. Always. If you order a video from me, I don't care if you paid $5 or you paid $10. I don't cheat you. I don't cut corners. I will go out there. I'll get the best shirt I've got. I've got the best tie. I've got the best cuff link I've got. I will sit down. I'll do my makeup. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to look good, because I've got to make sure that the video I give you is better than the £5 that you've paid me.
Wow.
And that, my friend, is a secret of financial success. One $5 video took me to Bucharest. One $5 video. Someone came from Bucharest, ordered a short video. He said, put on your dark glasses, call yourself Samurai Tyrone, and send it to us. I sent it to them. I had no clue what they were going to do with the video. Next thing, they've gone to their convention, played it, and everybody says, we want this guy to come here. They start putting money together, and the next thing, I'm on a flight. A $5 video.
Wow.
Now, if I had done it shoddily, if I had done that $5 shoddily, I would never have got this massive opportunity that has come. And on the back of that, I've had several other opportunities coming. The second precept, do not ever, ever take money from somebody that doesn't belong to you. Never, ever take somebody's money that doesn't belong to you. If you go to a shop and you give 10 pounds and the lady gives you 15 pounds change because she thought you gave her 20 pounds or $20, you've got to go back and give her back and tell her you gave me the wrong change. Because stealing little sums of money like that cannot make you rich. They only make you poor. You send a message to your subconscious that money is limited, that you can only get money by stealing, and that's what you get. The third precept, if you render a service or send a product to somebody and they are not satisfied, you give them back their money without questioning. If I do a video for you and send it over to you, you are not happy with the video. You say, Tyrone, can you reshoot this video? I will reshoot it. You come a second time and say reshoot it, I will reshoot it. I will reshoot that video 10 times until you are satisfied. Because there's no point in me shooting this video and sending it to you when you cannot use it. You can't buy a shoe which is size 8 if you are a size 9. It's not going to fit. Can you bear with me around? Let me just get this call. There must be somebody outside waiting for me to do a reference. Dorothy, where are you?
I am still at Beeston.
Okay. You want me to come and pick you?
If it is possible for you.
Okay, give me about 30 minutes and I'll come to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do you call me back or what?
Just text your address to me and I'll come pick you from your home.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Sorry, Ryan.
That's right.
This a lady needs some help from me. I'm going to pick her up to help her.
Oh, that's right. I'll try not to take too much time.
And that brings me to the third concept. You must take other people's problems as if it's your own problem. My dad taught me that. If Ryan comes to me and says, "Hey, Tyrone, I've got this really serious problem. I just broke my leg and I don't have enough money to buy insurance or to buy drugs or something. I don't know how your own medical system works, but I need money to do it." Now, if Tyrone has got £5,000 in his account that he's not using for anything specific, there is no reason why Ryan should be going without money to buy drugs for his leg. You see, I've just recently learned something very, very stunning. That orange trees, apple trees, they don't produce anything for themselves. Apple trees don't eat apples. Orange trees don't eat oranges. Do you know, Ryan, that these plants produce everything and give them away? Everything that the orange tree produces, it gives away.
Yeah.
It gives away. Mommy, give me that poster there on the table. Anything that the orange tree produces is not for itself. It gives it away. Gives it off to mankind. I was so inspired that I've designed. I went and designed this beautiful poster yesterday that I'm going to put on my wall. You may not be able to see all of it because it's a massive poster, but it tells you that's the philosophy of the orange tree. I don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah, I can see.
Can you see that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the orange tree there, and then below that, there's some literature there about some things, where I say things like, "I am like the orange tree. I make so much money, some of it falls to the ground. The orange tree does not eat of its own fruit. Therefore, I do not produce money for myself only. My money is used to benefit mankind. I'm a custodian of God's wealth. Therefore, my wealth is limitless in all seasons. All my needs are met at every moment of time and point of space." And it goes on and on and on, because people don't understand that you cannot be rich if you don't have a mindset of wealth. I don't care how educated you are. We have heart surgeons that are broke. We have uneducated people that own big factories. It's about the mindset. So all I can tell you is that you want to get into business, you want to set up anything that would make you successful in this life, you've got to live by certain principles, and that's how I transfer them from my Christian life onto my business. Sorry, it was a bit long-winded.
No, this is
with
perfect.
so many, with so many interruptions, but you can understand, because I'm in the office, a lot of things happen.
No, that's that was a wonderful response. Just very detailed, right. Very just in depth. It's wonderful, and
thank you.
One of my friends just messaged me now asking to ask you this: is the Overwatch video? Oh, do you remember when you had to do the ultimate abilities for the Overwatch video? It's where you had to say a bunch of different lines from all different languages and try and do them out. Yeah. First one.
I remember that video.
Yeah. First one was you did the one that was in French very well, and so thus do you speak French? So you speak French.
Yes. If you realize, the rest of the languages got me. But not the French. People easily pick it up because I speak French actually. Cameroon, where I come from, was a French colony, as well as an English colony. Now, I come from the English part of the country, but I studied in the French part of the country. I did my law degree in French, and then I went on to do, I didn't mention it, but I actually have a master's degree in conference interpreting French and English. So, yes, I do speak French.
Yeah. Also, well, he wanted you to reenact one of the lines from it.
I don't mind. Just tell me the line. Ryuga Wagateki Okurao.
Ah, yes. I love the wing. I love the wing. Perfect touch on the end. Ah. Anyway, thank you so much.
Just
Thank you.
swap that away. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay. Awesome. Well, that was all the questions I had today. So thank you very much for doing this. Very much
You're
so
welcome,
appreciate
man.
it. It was wonderful talking to you, wonderful learning all the different things that you do and what advice you have. It was absolutely amazing. So thank you very much.